ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 26 of the TBD Gaming Podcast. As per usual, I'm your host, Harry. Joining me today, I think it's been quite some time since we have like more than
two of us.
more than two of us, and then we have three, and then right now we have four. So we're getting there. So I would like to welcome all three of my I would say co-host lah, right? Co-host, right? Basically co-members lah of the podcast. Welcome back, Adri.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome back, Adri, as per usual. Let me move to Zerg first. Zerg.
Hey, hi. I'm Zerg, the non-face Zerg for the third time. Thanks for having me.
I want to add a name for you. Suddenly, just when I see your name, I just like Zerg. What's the kid? Something reminds me. It's called the Zerginator. I'm pretty sure Adri knows the reference. The Zerginator.
Not is sure it a Ratchet & Clank?
No, come on.
No, it's not. Oh, crap. Then I don't know.
I'll review it later, like only if you remember.
Okay.
I'm very disappointed with you right now.
Oh no.
All right, let's move on to. Okay, so today I'm actually very happy. We are also actually very happy to welcome back Reese. Welcome back, Reese.
Hey, Reese.
Yeah, finally got a managed to get some time to join. I've been always been really keen to join the session, but unfortunately for the last couple of months I've been very busy and stuff, running here and there, doing a lot of stuff and stuff. But I think it's a new year, so I guess making a bit more space to my schedule kind of stuff, and yeah, I'll be glad to join more session after this.
Yeah, just so you guys know, we actually recorded. We are trying to do some changes to our recording. We're doing it one day earlier, so that we can accommodate more people. So this is just one of the steps we're trying to improvise. Because actually, right, not everyone every day during the weekend we can free up some time to do something else. Sometimes we have family, personal stuff, commitments to do. So don't worry about it. Let's go to our usual very first thing to do on the podcast. Let's all just let everyone know what have we been playing for the past week. Let's start with since Reese just came back, let's go with Reese first. Reese, have you been playing any games? Elden Ring?
Yeah. Well, last time was Elden Ring, but this time around I've been finishing up a couple of new games. Well, I've been trying to finish Tunic.
Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
So far, yeah, I'm really enjoying the game. I know there's a lot of saying that game is very similar to Dark Souls game and Zelda at the same time as well, right? So I went through the games. The difficulty part, I guess, not so Dark Souls level, but it's still definitely more difficult than most game that's, I think, how do you call it? Third world. Third world.
I would just call it adventure games. Just adventure games, other than adventure games.
And the puzzles are definitely very difficult. I mean, the puzzles are, especially the end game puzzles, right? Those are Dark Souls level, I guess. So you need to think really outside the box to find those super secret kind of game. But definitely a good game. I think worthy of the praise that it's having right now. But yeah, aside from that, I've been playing Persona 5 Royal Switch. Yeah.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Exactly on Switch. So the bit of interesting story. So I bought it through the what you call Argentina.
You're one of those. You're one of those.
Argentinian.
Oh yeah, it was definitely pretty. It was a very good deal. I think I bought it for $60. So that's compared to that. I think if you go by what you call it, the credit card, you will get around $100, which is still definitely less than the full price. But this one you go with the big pay kind of stuff. I don't know. Are you guys familiar with the Big Pay app?
I feel it very complicated.
Oh, Big Pay. I use Big Pay.
It seems same like me and Harry. I initially thought that was like pretty complicated. I tried getting someone else to purchase it for me, but eventually they were all like, "Was that?"
It's pretty simple. It's pretty
Yeah, it's
simple, Big
actually pretty
Pay.
simple.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Oh, okay.
it's like Apple Pay. It's just like Apple Pay. So and then
Mhm.
yeah, so just you then I got it about $57, $60. Yeah, around $60.
Okay.
And I was I played Persona 5 way back then. I didn't finish it back then. I was pretty far, but this time it's the royal version, so they had a couple of new additional DLC and improvement to the game. And so far, I'm enjoying it on Switch. So yeah, I know E3 came out, E4 came out as well, like this week or last week. Is it?
Yeah, a few days ago only.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see a lot of news coming in. But yeah, so far it's really good. Yeah, so that's one of the games I'm playing. Aside from that, I'm playing Street Fighter 6 beta. Yeah, it's a beta version, right? So
Oh, you got it?
yeah, I got it on Steam. For some weird reason, it came out on
Oh.
Steam, the beta
Oh,
version.
Adri's
Yeah,
looking at
that's
it right
good.
now. Adri's looking at it right
Oh
now.
no! Oh no!
He's one of his most anticipated game for this year, right?
Oh, I went through the. Yeah, it was. I don't know whether it's like a time restricted kind of, but I managed to
Oh.
download it because a friend of mine got the game, and then he been sharing with me, and then been playing that game.
Oh, I don't see it here. Okay.
I think I played it like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Then
Okay.
I don't know whether. So,
Oh, it's been there. Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense. Makes sense, yeah.
but it was really interesting to see some of new takes in Street Fighter 6. Of course, the storyline definitely nothing big about it, but yeah, Street Fighter you expect. But the gameplay, you can see there's a lot of those small improvement that they're doing, at least at the beta version, that makes it feel bit more swift. I think the way that the battle goes, the fight goes, but yeah, pretty amazing. But yeah, that's about it. So, but yeah, I'm trying to finish up those two games while having the time, especially having Switch portability kind of stuff. So it really helps me managing my time.
Cool. Thank you, Reese. Let's move on to Zerk. Zerk, what have you been playing? I know you play a lot of games. Come on, what do you have?
Not this week. So I started One Piece Odyssey on my PS.
Hey, that's something.
Whoa.
That's something.
Yeah, it's a
huge game.
it's a huge game. I have invested around 20 hours in it. It feels like Dragon Quest 11. I never played any. I never seen any anime on One Piece before. So seeing how funny Usopp is, you can go in without knowing anything about the anime. So that's a good thing for me. The gameplay is a JRPG. It's a huge world.
That's good.
Like I said, it feels like Dragon Quest 11, but semi open world, I would say, because you are being there's a dream or whatever without spoiling the game, right? So basically, the huge thing is the combat. Where you can see the enemy, you can just hit the enemy and just go into a battle.
Is it a RPG or a turn-based RPG?
It's a turn-based JRPG, but when you start a battle, what happened was all your party members, there'll be 4 of you. You will be scattered all around the area. So, you know what I'm trying to say? Say, for example, you have a
Dragon Quest.
Yeah, it feels like Dragon Quest, but say, for example, your main hero doesn't have any ranged attack. You can actually just whip your sword to the enemy just in front of you. And then throughout the progression, you will have a combo damage where 3 of your party can just go in. But the best thing about it, like Chain Echoes, you can swap your party member very easily. Okay. And there's a rock paper scissors mechanism whereby, strong attack is good with a fast attack. Fast is better for tactical. It's like Fire Emblem.
All right. Got it.
Yeah, so it's a good. But one thing that I hate about it is that it doesn't have voice in English. Yes, I like the Japanese voice, but sometimes the story is a bit too long. I need to read the text, and you know what I'm trying to say, but it's quite enjoyable. So I was in with an expectation. So yeah, it's quite good. Apart from that, I keep my promise. I started again mobile gaming. So I've been hanging out with my friend playing League of Legends. It is so toxic. Oh my god, I don't know how I played the game back then. And the last two games I played on my deck was the new game that just released 2 days ago, I believe. I know Adri knows this. A Space for the Unbound. I am having a blast. The game is amazing.
The Space of the Unbound. That's
Yeah, Adri
Space
has it.
for a space for the Unbound. For the Unbound.
Yeah, A Space for the Unbound. There's a free version, demo prologue version. You can actually take a look at it. After playing that game for a few hours.
oh, the Indonesian game.
Yes,
the
I
Indonesian
didn't.
game.
I didn't know it was an Indonesian game. There's a free one, A Space for the Unbound prologue, and then they have another two games, Banyo Linta Angin, if I'm not mistaken. That's the one that I played for the past 3 days, and A Space for the Unbound. The first chapter is so good. You got to pet the cat. You got to know about the local dish, the chomet cimol, the one that you had in Indonesia. So it's quite fun.
It's
So I
on
think that'll
Switch
be it.
too. It's on Switch too. Nice.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. $20 only.
On Switch.
$20. I mean,
Yeah, it's not bad.
USD.
The price is not bad.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Oh.
Yep. It's a cheap one.
I
It's
remember
promo
this
on
one.
Steam.
I remember this one because it's sort of it's not 3D, it's left and right. And
Yeah,
the
side
background
scrolling, yep.
the background is so
side
much detail.
scrolling. It's right scrolling.
Yeah,
Okay.
on my alley. This I recall we talked
It
about this
is.
one. I recall me and Adri talk about this one.
The music,
yeah,
the
we did.
music, yeah, the music is amazing. I love seeing that guy running with his hair moving. It
Oh
feels
yeah, that was awesome,
The
man.
physics.
yeah, it feels so nostalgic, and yet you got to see the. I didn't know this one comes from Indonesia developer, so I kind of like it. I love it. Yeah,
Is
you
it,
guys
is
should
it
try that.
is it like a roguelike game?
It is not.
It's
I
a
think it's a
side-scrolling.
linear. It's a linear.
It's a
run,
story.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, side-scrolling linear story. That kind
Yeah,
of
it's
thing.
a story. Yeah.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
it's like not much replay value, right? Is there like a lot of replay, or is it more like a one and done thing? That one I'm not sure.
I'm not sure as well.
I would assume that it's a one and done thing, but I think the story is going to be really good, that you will remember it for quite a while. So interesting.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Moving on to Adri. What have you been playing, Adri?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Adri,
I'm
very
glad you
sad.
asked it.
Tragedy.
For the past, okay, starting Monday, I was happily playing Midnight Suns. Okay, it was the Wolverine mission. I did it. I passed it with flying colors. Beat Sabretooth. Got Wolverine to enter my Abbey, and then tragedy struck. My laptop SSD decided to die at that moment after I finished that mission. After I took a screenshot, and now my laptop cannot turn on. They say no beautiful device. So I'm trying to fix it. Hopefully over the weekend, over the Chinese New Year holidays, somehow lah. Get a USD whatever. Because I was trying to plan to play what else? Monster Hunter Rise on Game Pass. I want to try that. See how it runs. I want to try. Actually, my streaming PC is strong enough to play Chain Echoes. Thank goodness. And strong enough to play Persona 3 Portable while streaming. So I might stream those games once I'm while waiting for my laptop to be fixed and all that. But yeah, it was such a sad week for me for my laptop. I really want to progress Midnight Suns until the Deadpool DLC coming out in 6 days. Deadpool is coming in 6
Oh
days.
god.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm
I
weak.
hopefully I can finish. Not really finish the game lah. Probably get my laptop fixed by then. I think I'm gonna skip Forspoken
Oh,
Just so I can-
sure.
just so I can focus on Deadpool. I want to see the review for Forspoken first.
Yeah,
still-
I
still
think you need to
skeptical
see
there.
the review for that one. I
Yeah.
think you do.
While I'm still enjoying Midnight Suns, so I feel like I want to focus on Midnight Suns for now.
I felt that game was like a big game that nobody wants. I mean, nobody will
Ask
care
for.
about the review. Yeah, no. What I mean is that nobody
Oh.
will. Because the presentation of the game was like amazing, so everyone was just gonna be grabbing the game without
Mhm.
worrying about.
There's a lot of dividends over social media. Like the game looks good, the game looks bad.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, it's crazy. Like
I
Zerk can attest to that. Also, we were looking
Yeah,
at Twitter, like,
there's
oh, this
yeah,
looks
there's
good. When I stream it the demo, you say, oh, this looks good, and then somebody share a photo. No, it looks bad. Here it is. Here's a screenshot of it. I was like, oh, this is my screenshot. It looks good. And then somebody retweeted. Oh yeah, it actually looks good. So I'm like, oh,
okay.
it's a bit on the fence for a lot of people for some reason. So
All right.
hopefully, when the final release come out, we'll see how it goes, lah.
I didn't expect that. That's really. To be honest, that is one of the game that really awed me a lot when I was checking out the trailers and stuff. And even the gameplay seems very very convincing. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't expect that people are divided.
Mhm.
About, yeah.
I'm wondering if it's the curse of the Luminous engine. Whatever it comes out, always in the divisive.
Yeah,
FF15 is
maybe.
divisive,
Alright.
then Spoken is divisive.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the game does look nice, especially the magic. I think.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
the
recently
magic
saw an
one.
article of the game's PC specs, and they say it's like very demanding.
High end. Right?
Yeah, I when I read that, I'm like, why be these people like so surprised? It's not. It's like FF15 is not demanding, is it? FF15 was very demanding during that time.
During that time, yes,
Yes,
it was very demanding.
that was really
Yeah, yeah.
demanding. So I'm like, why do you expect? What do you expect? It's the engine, I think. I think it's the engine.
It is. It is
very
the engine.
It's a very power hungry engine. For me, what else? I'm still playing Dying Light. I keep going back.
Oh,
nice.
Because
nice.
it's just go so fun, just walk around and just killing zombies. That's the guilty pleasure. That's like when you want some quick fun, right? To play that one. I went back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. Because I think I said this before. I do not like. I feel that the game is too slow. I especially do not like the school part where you have to run around the church plus school, and then do a lot of those talking, micromanaging, teaching and stuff. That part I don't like. But this week and last week I try my best to keep going. Then I touch at the point of the story where things get really really interesting. Then I just keep going already. So I think I'm at a point where I'm not sure I'm at the end for one path really, but yeah, things took a turn that at first I wanted it to be, but then I'm wondering, these are students, so how do they fight each other? Really, really fight each other? Then I really, actually no, it did happen. So I'm at a point where friends become enemies, things like that lah. So
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
I actually love it.
Yeah,
I like it. I like that Tree Houses sort of it's a very big scale kind of stuff, but I'm not sure about Engage. Engage seems to go back to the roots of Awakening, where when you are fighting, you're more just like one hero fight. I mean, one character fighting another character. But I like Tree Houses because just for the sake of when you fight, right, you actually see that you actually have an army against the enemy, which actually also has an army. Even though, it's just a fake thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just illusion, but it looks so real, I like the big scale battles,
It feels big, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it does look real. Especially you can zoom in. If I'm not, you can zoom in, you can see the
individual
army.
Yeah.
Then only I realized that they actually use the Dynasty Warriors engine. Obviously, that it's become Core Tecmo, right? So makes sense. But apparently, from what I heard, Engage is not. Engage is using, I think, for Nintendo Intelligent Systems' own engine or something like that. So I could be wrong. I hope I'm not. I hope I am. But I think it's just a 1 versus 1 kind of deal in Engage, which is not bad because I love Awakening.
Awakening. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
from the video that I can see it resembles a lot of Awakening. So
Yeah,
I love Awakening.
Yeah. For me, it's just a bit shame because I really, really like the battle part for Tree Houses. It feels very epic. It's just that right now I just go bad luck. But I actually want to play. I actually do want to play Engage. Soon. When I say soon, most likely next year. So no time
Maybe
to play.
next year then.
Yeah, because there's so many games to play. We will talk about one of them later on. Okay, let's move on to our very first topic, main topic for the day. Okay, so Nintendo has been rumored to be increasing the production for the Switch in this year, which is 2023, which is surprising because for many people they think that it's like 6 year cycle. Usually it's like 7 or 8 years. I think many people assume that the Switch is already at the end or already past due
Yeah.
of its prime. But when that happens, usually they don't increase the production. They sort of like let the stop, let the ship sail. All right. But it's not the case. This time they are increasing the production lah. So obviously they are planning to sell quite a bit by during this fiscal year. So I want to ask you guys a question. Do you think, based on what we talk about, based on the Switch current situation, the content and stuff, right? Do you think that Nintendo is being realistic when to assume that the Switch is still very much in high demand in 2023 on its 6 year cycle, when on a Tegra X1 chip compared to the PS5, and the Xbox Series S or NX and PC? Do you think that it's realistic for Nintendo to think that they actually still have the magic or not? Adri, what do you think?
Hmm. I feel if it's still pumping money for Nintendo, they would still go for it. I don't know. Maybe they feel the Switch has reached its peak design, I guess. Compared to what they did with the previously was the Wii U, and this is like Satoru Iwata's final contribution to Nintendo, and it's still doing well. I feel like they don't want to create a new one just yet. They just want to, like I said, still if it's still pumping money with its current models right now, and people are still developing on that spec and still porting games to that spec, I feel like they should just keep making the current models yet. Like we all know Nintendo doesn't follow the flow of video game norm, right? Like they don't go for 3D, they don't go for. I mean, they start with VR first before anyone did, or they would they do wireless remote control before
Motion.
anyone did, motion control before anyone did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so them not following this, not following the life cycle of most console developers is pretty not surprising. I feel like they still want to like, okay, Xbox, Sony, yeah, they can change their console every 6 years, but I'm gonna do my thing still and all that. So that's how I feel right now. I don't feel it's not surprising to me, to be honest.
All
And
right, cool.
yeah, it makes sense.
Cool.
It makes sense for them to just continue on.
All right, Reese, what do you think? Do you think Nintendo still has the juice?
I read the article and then I did a bit more research on that, and then I've heard news again. These are rumors, and both the articles are just talking about unconfirmed kind of data, right? But I've heard that the sales are starting to drop. I've
It
heard
has
that,
been.
yeah, it has been dropped, and then with that kind of logic, I'm not sure why they are increasing the production out of the budgeted kind of production, because I know they've set up some budget to produce maybe
Mhm.
like a couple of more 100,000 Switch, but in this case they're increasing that budget, so they're assuming that budget would not be sufficient to I think cover their expected forecast for this year, right? I don't know, maybe because of uh uh new Zelda game? Could it be because of that? I don't know. Are they having a lot of trust in that Tears of the Kingdom, that they believe that
Yeah,
believe that
actually,
the current production won't suffice to maintain it? I don't know, but honestly, I think that's a bad move. I know we're having a pretty weird kind of perception of where Switch is compared to the current gen PS5 and Xbox kind of stuff, right? Because technically, Switch came out like 2 years before uh, PS5
Yeah.
came out, right? So
Yes.
I don't know, at least from my side, it's showing us perception that a Switch is competing with those two consoles in terms of timeline. So I don't know whether that is the reason we feel it is still okay for them to uh, maintain with Switch. But for me personally, I think they really need to get out the new console out. I think it's time. And going back to what Adri mentioned, right? They don't follow the flow, and I hope this is one of the flow that they don't follow. They don't maintain it up to like 6-7 years. Only that they'll launch another new console, because I'm having a lot of doubt in terms of how they're gonna deliver Tears of the Kingdom. I'm just worried that it's just gonna be another Skyward Sword kind of incident where it came out in the last dead end of the Wii cycle, right? At that point of time, it was being branded, despite being a very good game. I love the game. It was being branded like a they took a lot too much shortcut in producing that game, right? So it feels like the game was being there just to meet up with we kind of capacity, right? I'm just worried about that. I really hope that Tears of the Kingdom can deliver, but I'm having my doubts here. I really want them to get at least some new booster to pump up Tears of the Kingdom performance. But again, this is my being very pessimist on how Nintendo are doing things. As we all know, Nintendo, they are really creative and how do you say hard worker in terms of how they deliver their A class game, right? The Wild was like an amazing achievement, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just having a lot of doubt on that. I hope we'll get some new updates on this, and just saying that these are actually rumors. So they are really preparing with a new upgrade for Switch. Even I think we've discussed about this before. Even maybe something like a booster to the Switch, so that it can still perform better on dock compared to undock, right? So something like the portable version might be maintaining whatever you have with the capacity of the system right now. But when you're docking it, you're docking like a booster, so they'll deliver some additional kind of performance boost to the games. But because Pokemon was a disaster, I say. I know,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I know the sales are like amazing and stuff, break a lot of records and some but the game was I think was really buggy, was really laggy and stuff, and then it was I think disappointed a lot of non Pokemon fan, I guess, because well, Pokemon fan, they're crazy, right? They'll just buy everything full price. Even
I think mostly the case for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is mainly because the devs are
lazy, I
lazy.
guess.
But then no doubt lah. I mean, no doubt if the Switch is stronger, then with the raw power itself, maybe can make the game run better. Maybe just better frame rate in some areas. But
Xenoblade was
definitely it will
faster,
not. Yeah, but definitely it won't. It won't remove the bugs and glitches, which is the main issue. But obviously, the game has its own problems. I definitely agree. So we actually have two opposing answers. With Adri being okay with it, and then Reese being doubtful. Let's just put it this way. Sir, do you have any thoughts about this?
That was wild. The
That
article
was
was
wild.
released. Yeah, the article was released 7-8 hours ago, right? And then, having said that, they wanted to increase the output. It was very unexpected. I mean, right after me reading the articles, I was thinking, okay, we won't be getting any Switch Pro or whatever the name
Until
is
next year.
for the next 2 years. That is me
Maybe,
being
yeah.
optimistic, considering you have all the Splatoon 3, Pokemon, Mario Kart DLC, the never-ending DLC for Mario Kart 8,
Yeah.
and then the Tears of Kingdom that is coming this year. Probably gonna be the last major console seller. I would say we're gonna expect the Switch gonna be here over the next 2 years, 3 years. I don't know.
Right.
But having said that, with Mario movie coming soon, I was quite surprised that we are not being prompted with any 2D Mario whatsoever. Following up with the movie, and also with the Nintendo theme park, for example, is all over the news right now, right?
Yeah.
I think yes, it is wild. I don't know whether they're gonna make it, but knowing Nintendo, as long as they have a software which is, I would say, compelling, I don't think people will care and people will keep buying. For example, I was playing what did I play my Nintendo Switch just now? Can't remember. Is it Mario Rabbids? I think so.
Is it the new one, the latest one, or what?
Yeah, the one that I purchased for 130 ringgit. It was so cheap.
Wait, is it the
Yeah,
Sparks
the
of
latest one,
Hope?
the Kingdoms, the
Sparks
latest
of
one.
Oh,
Pass of Hope. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I was quite surprised with the OLED quality actually, because I was on my deck for quite some time. The brightness and how colorful the OLED is in Mario games, I don't think the normal consumer gonna say, oh, this console is outdated and it cannot play the games, as long as it has a game like Mario games and also Hogwarts later on. I'm sure people are still gonna buy. So I'm being neutral by saying that it's a wild thing to do. I've never seen people do increased production after 6-7 years in the market. But knowing Nintendo, there will be a new console coming out, Zelda version, right? I think I'm gonna get that one as well. But
Okay,
Yeah.
obviously.
yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, that's me. I think they're gonna reach the 150 million unit soon.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
They
I
might.
have-
They might.
Yeah,
They might.
I'm just gonna add a bit on my point as well. So uniquely for this generation of Nintendo games, right? So we are at the situation where this is only gonna be, we only have one layer of Nintendo console, right? Compared to prior to this,
Two
we had
last year.
two we got the handheld, then the home console, right? So now this generation, Nintendo really, while we are seeing the sales for Switch is like really, I think they just broke record last week or the week before that. Game Boy, was it?
They're the third one. They're the third most.
Something like that.
The highest one
Yeah.
already.
And but we need to be realistic, because right now they this is only one online of console, right? So we don't have EDS to support it, just like what happened with back then with Wii. You have Wii and then you have DS, was it back then? And that was like if you combine those sales from those two, it's like huge, right? So I think they're cutting half this time, but I don't know. Again, I'm just really hoping that they're gonna do something. Nintendo bought it to just add more capacity to whatever Switch is capable to do.
For my case, I think I'll just add on. I mean, I feel like on the 6 year cycle, again going back to the context of it's a 6 year cycle. Plus, I know that Nintendo the Switch has some shortage issue, but I don't think it actually as serious as the other two consoles. So it's just me lah. I feel like the reason why they're so confident, right, on to actually produce so many new units, right, and in hope to get much more sales, right, is because of the content lah. I think there's something maybe in the pipeline that they feel that is gonna bring them in like a lot of units sold. I think we can all agree that Tears of the Kingdom is gonna bring in quite a lot of people. But maybe there's just something else in the pipeline that may get a lot more people.
Which we don't have any news about the last quarter of the year, right? We don't have any games.
There's still
So that's the thing. Yeah, we're clueless about what's coming out. In fact, I think the last game that we're gonna know about is Tears of the Kingdom, right? We don't know
I mean,
anything
as in big ones, lah. As in the pipeline for 2023 is Tears of the Kingdom, and that's interesting. That's why I say it's the content, because we don't know, and since they are so confident, there must be something in that they're not showing yet, lah. Let's just put it this way, something that's much more wide appeal, that caters to a lot of people. So
it feels very weird from my side. It feels very weird from my side because we don't really get a lot of info about Tears of the Kingdom as well. End of January, right? So the game's gonna come out in 3 months. We don't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at this point in time, we're supposed to get some info on how the game plays, and even that we're not. So that's why I'm a bit weird that not sure what's going on with Nintendo, but it feels very weird because I did a bit of a check against some previous Zelda release. They usually by this time we will already know how the game plays, kind of stuff, and we're just waiting for a final kind of blow to the marketing kind of treat, right? But this game is they're pretty quiet about this game. I don't know why. Even I was telling Adri in one of our chat back then, right? I was a bit surprised not to see Tears of the Kingdom being the most anticipated game for 2023, right? They didn't do any show up in that game award session. I was like very weird. So
I think they are really holding their cards very close to them this time, because I agree. I agree because I think it was quite a while that they already released that super hyped, that very famous super hyped trailer for Breath of the Wild, the one that everyone's like reacting. A lot of people are so excited, people cry, jumping here and there. We don't have that. We don't have that this round, right? I'm feeling that they have a very. I just think only they have a very good card. They're like looking around and like smiling at itself. You know that kind of feeling. I'm not sure you guys play cards or not, lah. I know gambling is not that's an issue. I mean, I'm just trying to in my own experience, lah. Yeah. Okay. Uno or whatever. Alright, let's just go. Let's Marvel Snap or Uno. You know that you have a very good card. You know how you can once time you hit, you immediately can win that time. Yeah. So I think it's that kind of situation, but I could be wrong. Or else I'm pretty sure these people they're not idiots. They are marketing genius. They are very good in their super talented game devs. There must be a reason. I always think it this way, like there must be a reason why they are doing this way. They're not dumb. These people are not dumb, So
I know.
Yeah. So that's why.
So many points against them right now because I was there's another thing that I was another thought I was trying to feature a bit in my mindset, right? We are at the level where Sony and Xbox they're delivering their high-end quality game because I think they're starting to let PS4 fans I think they're leaving them behind because they want to deliver a game that really commits to PS5 or Xbox, right? So those kind of we're not gonna see any more big games at least that would cover those two console anymore. Right now, I think a couple of the games that come out in the announcements was only for PS5 or only. So and at this point of time, I believe a lot of people are gonna buy these consoles, especially with how the production are finally meeting up with the schedule kind of stuff, right? So you're able to get those consoles anywhere, anytime, right now. So I feel that with this kind of context, right, people are gonna start to ignore Switch.
True. Valid point.
Yeah, back then there would be a reason for people to still commit to Switch because the production for Sony are not good. like Microsoft are not good, and then they're delivering game that you can play on the older version of the consoles, right? But now I think they're starting to leave the older version, right? So yeah, but again, I'm being very pessimist because I'm a big fan of Nintendo. I mean, you guys know, right? But it seems that I really hope they can surprise me this time again as usual.
I think Nintendo is just gonna say, "Please just hold on. The card is there already. Just hold on. I can't tell everybody. What is my card. Just get it for me." Something like that, lah.
Don't know if they change in marketing also, marketing team. Like they probably like Reese said, Reese has been studying like if Zelda would have this will come out 4 months before. Maybe they say like maybe this Zelda we don't tell them as much and
Change
see
the
how
flow,
sales
yeah.
go.
Change the flow,
Yeah,
yeah, correct.
they try to like keep fans like Reese on their toes. Like when do we know this? When do we know this? And then when the game like a week before is gonna come out, they show the last trailer and everyone like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this thing. I'm gonna buy 10 copies of this. So good, finally. Maybe it's like that. Maybe someone in the marketing team say like, maybe we should hold off the dopamine. You know, let the fans build up on their own, and then we release it like a week before. And then Reed's gonna end up
Final
buying
blow.
20 copies.
I wonder if they do like that, right? It's gonna cause some clutter damage, like so many
Oh
heart
my God.
attacks. Ugh, my heart
Oh
cannot
my
take
god,
it.
it's next week! Oh, I pre-ordered 10 already!
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe Nintendo's trying that now.
I think it's
Yeah.
coming. Like I think it's coming. Like it's just that. It's just.
Definitely, they're not
wait.
Game Freak, lah. Definitely, they're not Game Freak. You can see,
Definitely not game.
They
you can-
know.
Aduh.
They
you
know.
you can accept that, lah. They are very very committed in delivering those qualities, lah. But yeah, I can.
What if
Yeah,
the very
yeah.
very starting of like very starting of the game, you say, co-developed by Game Freak.
Oh my
Oh,
10 million sales this day.
Gone.
Then suddenly, sorry, there's no game. Game end.
It's a new Pokemon. It's a new Pokemon instead.
They just need to merge Pokemon game, Pokemon World again, Zelda World, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're supposed
the
to
sales
catch in
chart.
this game. Here's the kingdom. You're supposed to catch bokoblins. There's like 150
Multiverse.
different kind of bokoblins. There's like different sizes, different height, different
Exactly.
weight, different elements.
Gotta catch them all.
Have fun. Have fun. Have fun. Have fun. Okay, I don't want to give that much ideas. Speaking of companies that's not doing well, Ubisoft.
Oh god.
Okay, sorry, which is our second topic. I need to move on to that. So Ubisoft has
It's okay.
has some trouble. They delayed Skull and Bones, which is just in case you don't know, it's the I want to sound respectful. It's this byproduct. It's the byproduct.
2014?
I don't know. It's been quite a while. It's basically a byproduct of a once hype feature of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which is the naval combat, the pirate ship combat. So they made a game out of this. I think Reese may be right. It's around 2014 maybe, but it's
been a
quite a
while,
while.
yeah.
It's been a while. So that game delayed quite a lot of times already. So they don't mind to delay again. So why not? So they delay one more time. Could be the last one. Who knows? So that's one. Then they have the news where this is a sequel for Mario and Rabbids, the one that Zerg is playing. Did not meet initial sales expectation. I have to make it very clear. Initial sales expectation, which means that they expect certain units to be sold during maybe the first few weeks or first month of when the game is out. So didn't meet that. Doesn't mean that it won't sell well. Usually Mario games, right? They usually sell steadily until the very end. So that's one. And also, they also have reports of them canceling multiple games over the past few years. Past few months. So I don't want to dive too deep into it. I think I just want to ask some very simple question. As in, what do you think is what caused the decline of Ubisoft? I want to let Zerk start this one first.
All right,
Zerk,
sir.
what do you think? What is? I think you I don't know why. I just keep thinking that you actually play more games than us.
He does.
Sound-
He
sound-
does. You're thinking correctly. You are thinking
yeah.
correctly.
I am not.
The way that
it's just a hunch, okay? Just a hunch.
his
I hope so.
communication seems that he plays a lot of games. You know,
I have a period. So this kind of time is quite fortunate for me to play. But having said that, Ubisoft, I have quite a good experience playing the
Okay,
Division. Mario Rabbit, I love it. I do think the first Mario Rabbit is doing exceptionally well. They did not
Okay.
expect that, which is why I think they lead into, the second one is bad. Because for me, the second one has a new mechanic, and the way the Mario and the Rabbit, I hate Rabbit to the core, but then how they fight is quite amazing. I love it, but then I haven't finished the game, and of course, I didn't play Just Dance. And then I was talking about the stock market with my friend for the past 2 weeks, and if you really take a look at how Ubisoft market, the stock market price has plummeted down to less than 20 just for the past 1 week. I think the peak that they had was almost 100 back in 2016, whereby I was trying to think what sort of game it was in 2016. Assassin's Creed mostly, right? Assassin's Creed, if I'm not mistaken, 2016, the latest major release during that time was Assassin's Creed Syndicate. So
Wait,
I think
why that game is terrible.
No, I mean after that, following all the Assassin's Creed Chronicles, it was released, right? I think that is when the market stock price increased. Not that I'm
Okay.
buying their stock. I never
Okay.
purchased any of the stock in the game community, but it has not been doing quite well for the past few
Valhalla.
weeks. You know,
Valhalla didn't do well, is it? Valhalla, I thought.
Valhalla.
Valhalla did very good, actually.
Yeah,
Valhalla did very good.
Yeah, Valhalla is I didn't finish the game, but then I purchased the game. It was quite good, but the previous one was better.
Oh, Odyssey was
So-
good.
Odyssey was
good.
amazing.
Odyssey was better.
Amazing.
Yeah. So having said that, I think you can see from the avatar photo of mine. I think what happened with Ubisoft is mostly there's a rabbit dog. They keep on biting people in their company, so there may be a problem with the CEO leadership. There's 3 companies that I hated the most. One is Rockstar because I played the game that I spent too much in it. And then Activision, obviously, and Blizzard, and the last one is Ubisoft. I see this coming, not to say that they're gonna flip and they're gonna, bankrupt or whatever. When a lot of people are saying a bad thing about the Ubisoft quads, the NFT thingy, how they wanted to incorporate NFT. Remember back then?
forgot about that one.
Not back then, a year ago. No one knows about it, and then there have been a huge bad comment about how they wanted to incorporate NFT. People disagree with it, but
Did they
yeah,
do it? Did they introduce
they
NFT
did
to the
not.
games? Okay,
They
cool.
did not. I was one of those who was taking a look at the Ubisoft quads. They just want to monetize. Yeah, they just want to monetize the whole thing. So, yep. So I think Ubisoft will not totally flip or flop, whatever that you want to say, because I do think the Infinity Assassin's Creed that is coming soon might be the saving grace, hopefully. But I think there's something wrong with the leadership. I may want to say that it may be extremely toxic environment like what Blizzard is. And then you can see in Twitter, a lot of people are saying about how the CEO is blaming the staff about the delay of the games, right?
Oh yeah, I saw
read
that
that.
one.
What did he say? Balls is in your pocket? I can't remember.
Balls in your
The
court.
ball is in your court, right?
Passing the ball.
Yeah.
In Malaysia term, we call it Tai Chi.
Yeah. Being in a in
Here
the
you
organization, no one want to take the responsibility. So I think having that kind of leader is a no-go, is a red flag. So yeah, off you go. Then I don't think they're gonna get rid of that CEO soon. So the 7th grade is gonna be hopefully the Assassin's Creed Infinity. I'm not sure whether I'm gonna play it, but I still gonna play a good game like Mario and Rabbids. But Ubisoft, yeah, no go. That's me.
Cool. Adri, what do you think? What do you think is the downfall of Ubisoft?
I feel the formula that they've been going around with their games has finally come to the end of its usefulness, because if I'm a avid fan of Ubisoft games for a while, since the first Assassin's Creed, since the third Far Cry, since the whatever those games. Well, who else? What else did they have? Yeah, well, whatever. The major ones of Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, right?
Uno?
And they Uno.
Oh no! Yeah.
Uno is just the game
Of
version, but
course.
the card, the physical card version, yeah, I've been a fan of that. But
Eagle Flight, Just
but
Sing,
yeah.
Werewolf Within, yeah.
But yeah, Assassin's Creed, I played up till 4, I think, even a bit of Unity, and I've been seeing their latest games sort of like having this almost the same formula. They try to change it up. Same goes for Far Cry, open world game, first person. There's actually like a copy paste a bit with Assassin's Creed when it comes to activities. So when I see this news, like, oh, finally, Ubisoft formula has lasted this long, and they have a crappy CEO, like Zerg said. I saw the Yongye news also about what the CEO said, like, oh, if company wants to get back up, it's all up to you. It's all up to you, the employees. If you screw up, then the company will die. That kind of stupid statement they made. So
Well,
um,
you're
it's
talking
kind
about
of unfortunate.
20,000. Yeah. We're going
Yeah,
like 20,000.
20,000.
That's like
They have
huge.
they have
It's
what, so
huge.
many branches compared to
Yeah.
let's say our Malaysian studios, right? We only have like for Lemon Sky, we only have two, Penang and Malaysia and Selangor, KL, whatever, those two branches. But Ubisoft has like all over the world.
Yeah. 20,000, man.
Singapore, they have Montreal, they have India. There's like three different time zones
Yeah.
already, three
24 hours.
different places.
I don't think they gonna include India because apparently the Prince of Persia, the very first one, the very terrible looking one, it was actually from
Oh,
India, and then they say they're gonna
okay.
remake the script, they're gonna remake the whole thing.
Oh
Oh, it's so
god.
funny lah. That one was very
That's-
funny actually.
I find it funnier that Skull and Bones is not cancelled because Ubisoft made a deal with the Singapore government to not let it cancel. I'm like,
That was
oh
funny,
wow.
man.
Like
Why?
you made a deal with a government to fund your development, and now you're not releasing it at an appropriate time. Like
So weird lah, man. So
Yeah,
weird.
very
That
weird.
was so weird. That was so
very
funny
weird,
also.
very weird, very weird.
Exactly.
Maybe the
So,
scene is
yeah,
like in Singapore, kwa. Maybe they got introduced of Singapore. Okay, actually, it's good also for Malaysia, right? It's just nearby.
That's
only.
true. So if it includes the Malacca Straits or whatever in that game, then I want to see it.
Okay, I want to see Malacca.
Is-
How it does look like.
Yeah, right. Or
It's kind of
Singapore
like Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Because the third one is actually in Singapore. I think the third
third
one.
one?
I was NSC. I mean, it's a fictional Singapore lah. Yeah.
Oh
so,
yes.
Yeah,
I
that
remember,
was
I
actually
remember.
cool. That was actually cool. I didn't. That was a good reaction. Hey, wow! First time, can
Map.
someone say Singapore?
Yeah.
Asia.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was an
So-
awesome feeling. Yeah.
So unfortunately, I find it not surprising, but also weird that this is happening to Ubisoft, right? With all this thing going on. So let's just hope they not bad. It's unfortunate that Mario and Rabbids didn't get enough praise. Maybe it did sell good, but they expected higher than
I was
they
light
did-
theory about that. I was light theory about that.
they didn't probably they didn't expect the first game to sell. Like they probably put a low number, like 50,000 copies maybe, because it's Nintendo, it's only on Switch, right? But it sell out to end up selling almost 1 million, I think. I forgot the number, but it's higher than expected. So when they released Sparks of Hope, they probably put it higher. Like, oh, let's make it 5 million during the holidays. It's during the holidays. People will buy Mario and Rabbids. They're definitely gonna buy it, but it's not reaching those numbers at the end of last year. So they're probably like, oh, it's not selling well. When it's actually selling like pretty good numbers in anyone's standard, they probably put high expectation on just that game
I
while
think
still delaying Skull and Bones.
I think before Reese says his theory, right? I think The reason why they say that the initial sale is not to a standard is because they look at the what the Kingdom Battle did, right, and then they look at the how much the Switch fan base has increased, right, and then they assume that they can actually those, let's say they sell like 2 million, let's just say 2 million people bought the game. They immediately thought that maybe 2 million people is gonna be like really big fan, that they when they come out the sequel they are gonna come and buy it day one, or maybe within the first week or month or whatever. Yeah, I mean that was weird You should actually assume that maybe, I don't know, is 50% a realistic choice, or 25%, 30% is a more realistic choice.
They have to consider who are the studios that were involved making that game
Yeah,
to cover the cost, I guess.
yeah. I just feel like you cannot just based on that your past work then immediately think that you're gonna get this set of people gonna buy the game. A very good example, although it's not related to the topic, is Callisto Protocol. Apparently they sold 1 million or two, but then the what's it called, is it a publisher actually expected 5 million. That was weird. Like, what kind of game actually will get like 5 million sales? Like, unless you're like a God of War, Zelda
Pokemon.
kind of
A well-known IP.
I mean, Pokemon is just blows up lah. That's totally. Let's not talk about that one.
Yeah.
I guess because they assume that it's because the original creator of Dead Space actually made the game. That's why they look at maybe the Dead Space sold this much. Then they assume that the spiritual successor actually was so 5 million. That was weird. Like, I think the same can apply to Tears of to Sparks of Hope, where they look at the first one, they immediately thought, let's assume that a single people is gonna buy this game day one, first month or whatever it is. Then when it didn't, they're like, why didn't it sell so well? But then they're just being stupid with their number forecast lah. So yeah, that's just my theory lah. But let me just quickly just go through the rest also as well. Same to me, Adri. I feel that the Ubisoft formula is very predictable already. The game that you play in Assassin's Creed, some elements you can find in Watch Dogs. Some elements you can find it in Far Cry. So it just, I think as time goes by, people will realize that your games are just following a template. I think not just in games, in normal work, if you're working in the creative industry, when your work is very templated, right, you kind of want to get something different, right? That's the reason why I feel like web design used to be like there's a craze where everything you get from a templated. There's a lot of websites that sell like templated web design stuff. But then after a while, people realize, hey, how come this website all looks the same one? So I think as time goes by, people want something more unique in terms of the creative work lah. So I guess the same applies to video games as well. You don't want to just keep playing the same thing. Like if Tears of the Kingdom plays exactly like Breath of the Wild, I would be disappointed as well. They must do something different on top to make it unique, right? So I guess that's the problem with Ubisoft. They follow the template to a T. It helps them for quite a while, but I think it's time to face the music lah. That this thing is not going to help you anymore. So I'm glad that they, like the next Assassin's Creed, Zerg mentioned Infinity. That's one. That then they're gonna go back to the roots with Mirage, which is a more smaller game. So I kind of want to play that. I want to play a much more smaller Assassin's Creed game that can finish in a shorter time. So I hope they don't everything just templated lah. And also please try to give more money to some smaller teams in their studio, like Mario and Rabbids, right? Actually, right. I don't kind of not sure if they're gonna make another one already after this, but they should actually invest more on developers that's willing to try something new. Yeah, that's all I can say. Move on to Reese. What do you think, Reese?
I think that your theory touches a lot with what I was thinking as well. So I think what happened with Mario Rabbit back then, because it was something that is out of the ordinary. When that happens, you want to see how is it going to be, how is it going to be, right? So suddenly you see Mario and Rabbit in the same world, and then of course it's going to be like a big kind of surprise to everyone. Everyone wanted to see, everyone was excited, and a lot of people bought the game. A lot of people bought the game and loved the game. But of course, these kind of games are still very, I think, segmented kind of game, where these tacticals kind of games, right? I mean, uh, the fan base, the fan base is still small compared to all those open world games, right? So so when they came out with the next version, I think a lot of players had basically understand how the new game work and stuff. So that's why they're putting a block on their to just put it on hold, at least to wait for the discount, right? Because Ubisoft games, you'll see they're gonna have a lot of discounts from time to time, right? So
Same
and
as me.
yeah,
I do the
exactly.
same. I do the same.
Yeah, people, when you no, this is reality.
It's
So
true. It's true.
yeah, you'll Ubisoft game, it's gonna be discounted at some of them because they I guess that's one of the way that they keep on delivering their financial kind of figures, is to promote more sales on older games, right? So they'll do a lot of discount. They're not Nintendo. They don't do discounts often, but yeah, so you see those kind of discounts a lot. And going back to the idea that this game, you've seen everything about it on the first one, so nothing would surprise you more for this one. So people will just put a hole in that. I'm pretty sure it's still gonna be selling out, but I think it's gonna take a bit more time frame, a slower kind of phase, especially with the idea that uh, I think Switch is basically at the end of the line kind of stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I think that is one reason what happened with the new Mario Rabbids. I know the gameplay, actually the game changed compared to the first one, right? So they did some major changes for this one, but maybe that's not good enough to convince the buck people who bought it back then to just buy it the first couple of days when the game got released, right? So something like that. Yeah. Well, that's my theory on that. But in regards to Ubisoft, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's one of the biggest company right now, right? After, I think it's definitely top three biggest company, gaming company, and it feels they are I don't know, they got like 20,000 employee working for them, and then it feels that they are how to say it, no one is managing the team. I guess you can't you feel that it's like everywhere, it's scattered, something like that.
Mhm.
So no, you don't see the big plan that what was going to happen with them in a couple 2 more 3 years, something like that, right? So you feel that it's being, rather than it's definitely a sign of mismanagement kind of stuff. You don't see they've been scheduled pretty well, despite having like a big kind of manpower, right? You talk about 20,000, you would expect them to deliver 4 or 5 games a year, right? So but that's not happening with Ubisoft, right? So it feels that I don't know. Do you guys smell any buyout here? Right, some big, is Sony gonna buy them
Good
out?
question. That's
I
a good
Yeah,
think
question.
Ubisoft
if
has been in talks for quite a
yeah,
while.
I feel that is
It
one
has,
of the,
might be.
yeah, one of the well, I'm expecting this kind of thing to happen soon, because the way whatever is happening with them, I think Blizzard did deliver some game, but I still feel that whatever happened with Blizzard was mainly because nobody's managing it pretty well. So I think this is going to be something similar with Blizzard. Someone's going to buy them out, and then going to do a lot of changes in the hierarchy of the management kind of stuff. To
It's like they have to go to controversy first, and then this
yeah, yeah,
huge company
yeah,
gonna save them
yeah,
out of
something
it,
like that.
where you
I
buy a
know.
buyout or something.
I'm just that's just my take on that lah. Because it's very very Ubisoft is a big company, and they deliver, as you guys mentioned. It's very template, but they deliver. They always deliver, right? But it seems that the last 2 years they've been really really bad in their production kind
I,
of stuff.
I think these people definitely has the expertise. These people are professional
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
It's just that I guess they just need that one guy that or the one
Yep.
woman that are able to put them into one big circle together. Right now it's just pockets,
Right.
pockets.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
just
yeah.
put it all to
Far Cry was
sing.
amazing, man. I had a lot of fun playing Far Cry. It was amazing. I think, of course, you don't expect those kind of game to get all the big guns awards, right? But it's still a like A-class kind of game, lah. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're not really invested into Ubisoft games, right? Like me, I'm not really invested into Ubisoft games. When I play Assassin's Creed, right, I play certain times, sometimes. So like I play third, I play fourth, I play a bit of Origin. I'm not really well versed into the Assassin's Creed. I'm fine with it. But in this age, right, people gaming become their life or something like their career, right? They'll keep chasing. I feel like that's where the problem happens when they finally realize that there's actually a what's it called, a pattern, for Ubisoft games. So that's the reason why they realize that issue. Then they feel like, hey, it's very boring, like your game. Why Templar all the same one? Like the Watch Dogs, right? I keep on thinking Watch Dogs is actually just like Assassin's Creed, but modern with technology.
Hackers.
You can sense hackers. Yeah, correct. So
They actually try to tie that with Assassin's Creed. That's another story, lah. But
yeah,
they really try to tie it with Assassin's Creed.
which is
But
fine.
it fell short.
But because you have so many games like that already, right, it becomes like you just copy and pasting. Whereas like at least, right, for games like Dishonored, right? Dishonored, there's only Dishonored 1, Dishonored 2. And they are quite far apart. And then only they recently come out the what's the game called again? Deadloop. Deadloop is in the same universe as those. That is fine because there's not a lot of games in that universe kind of thing for you to feel very very formulaic, very same. So I don't know, maybe they should actually slow down. But for a company like that, you can't slow down also. If you slow down, then you don't get money, then
Deathloop was amazing, man. Deathloop was one of the good games.
I can actually because I just recently played Dishonored 2. I can actually feel some DNA of that in Deathloop. I was like, that's a bit sus, huh? Okay, cool. Then they finally make that suspicion view. So that was cool. Let's move on to our very last topic. I think this is gonna be a small one. I'm not sure how many of you guys are Portal fans or actually just interested on the Magic World, but Hogwarts Legacy. This game, I'll give my thoughts later, but they just recently released a new trailer. It's just a 1 minute and 12 seconds, 1 minute and 20 seconds, whatever it is, just around that length, very short, where they showcase very nice graphics of basically they show a lot of footage of the castle interior, the forest, the dark forest, the forbidden forest. They showcase a neatly headless snake, the ghost. They showcase a lot of magical beasts like dragons, spiders, and stuff like that. And also they show some magical duels where the killing curse actually being used quite commonly, I would just say. So for you guys that are actually interested with this game, right? Are you finally convinced to, after so many trailers, gameplay footages that you've seen, right? Are you convinced to get this game day one? Whoever here that wants to answer.
Zerg.
Oh, yeah. This feels like a Zerg game also. Every single game is Zerg.
Zerg will get.
Do I look like a Portal fan?
Maybe.
No, I know that you're a video game fan, so I think whatever video game you can ask for it.
I can't help but compare the game with the Harry Potter Half-Blood Prince that I played in PS2 last time.
Oh shit, you played it? I haven't played. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Yeah, I also played the Lego Harry Potter. So basically, it's a very leisure short game. I took almost 7 to 10 hours to finish that. I think the whole idea is quite similar. But the moment I see the footage and also the review, a little bit of review, I do not want to put, a full, heavy emotional investment in this kind of game because I do not want to feel disappointment later on, where sometimes you can be excruciatingly excited about a game and then become disappointed soon after. So on the February of 10, I'm not so much of a huge fan, but I did see quite a number of hits in Shopee because I was contemplating whether I should buy, whether I should not. If you take a look at Shopee now, yesterday I checked it's around 250 people buying it compared to Forspoken. I always
How
compare
many
the
people buy
numbers.
Forspoken? How many people?
Less than 20. This is only from Impulse and also GH Shopee.
Wow.
It's not a good it's not a good gauge for you to say, oh, this is gonna sell well. But knowing how kids, mother, parents gonna be so cool about, oh, there's a new Harry Potter game that we have not seen for quite some time, it will sell crazy. But knowing how Warner Brothers work, I think I'm sure they're gonna be monetization out of it. So in Half-Blood Prince, there's a Quidditch game that right? Flying to the stars, whatever. But in that game, Phase 2, there's only a few classes like Potion class and Herbology classes that I love the most. And in the trailer, they were saying that there will be a lot of classes like I can't remember, Transfiguration, Defense Against Divination, the magical creature thingy. This happens hundreds of years before the real Harry Potter movie is, right? And of course, the flying lesson is amazing, isn't it? But then, if you really take a look at the price of the game, it reminded me of Midnight Sun again. PS5, PS5 is gonna cost you around 371 ringgit.
Crazy.
Okay,
Crazy.
one good detail that you guys really need to take a look at it is that if you guys are familiar with Harry Potter, all the dark magics is being forbidden for you to use, right? All the stupid Crucio, Imperio, Avada Kedavra. Yes, I'm a fan, but then for you to get access to that room. Yeah, exactly.
You're wondering why I asked him first. You're wondering why I asked him first. He knows this kind of stuff, obviously.
Sectum Sempra. Okay, anyway.
Yes, go ahead. Keep going.
The deluxe version of the game gonna cost you around 370 ringgit. They will give you a similar that stupid Diablo 4 72 hours early access.
Oh, really?
But
that's sucky.
The thing that I hate the most is that you need to pay an extra 70 ringgit for you to be able to access to that dark art. You can see from the trailer, they show how you can actually go to this dark art room or class or whatever. It's an battle arena whereby you can have access to us all and have all the dark magic usage. So it's obviously a monetization for them, and I'm not gonna buy it. I hope there's no FOMO in it.
Let me see.
Dude,
I see it.
It pays to be evil, dude. It pays.
No,
okay? It's the same thing as you need to pay. It's the same thing as you need to pay extra to smoke. You need to pay extra for alcohol, stuff like that.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's supposed to stop you.
Yeah. Having played Shadow of War, you guys played Shadow of War Middle Earth, right? It's a good game that you need to grind like 200 hours to get a very good legendary ox, right?
For you to controversy. Yeah, that was.
But you can actually buy $10 to get that legendary loot box for you to unlock the legendary ox, right?
It's Overwatch again.
What a deal!
Yeah, exactly.
What a deal!
And also, even Valhalla also have the same thing. The Helix credit you can buy for 10 ringgit to get the XP booster. So I do think it's gonna sell well. Hogwarts. It's amazing. If you guys been to Japan, Hogwarts Castle, right? This one is amazing. You can see all the hourglass of all the different houses. It's very detailed. I'm not sure how they do it, but I can see how the love that they put in the game, the architect of the building, the flying cinematic is so good. It's gonna sell well, like I said, but then they're gonna be monetization in this game for sure. And 370 ringgit, are you kidding me? It's cheap for everyone nowadays, isn't it? So
370 ringgit is just an entrance fee to play the game. There's still a lot of
Yeah,
rides, so-called
Yeah.
rides inside the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's like what? Yeah, they're showing dueling. You can use 20 different spell. In Half-Blood Prince, you can only use like 4 to 5 spell, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, you can do a lot of things in the classes as well. Doing potion and herbology and whatever it is. So
3 houses, no?
yeah,
Like 3 houses.
I think so. Yeah.
If only they do that in 3 houses to make it more interesting. Anyone else? You guys have any other thoughts about this game?
Well, from my side, I think I'm interested to get the game because I think I love those kind of magic kind of theme kind of game. I was a bit disappointed with God of War.
Oh,
Oh no!
Ragnarok.
I do say, tell me more. Tell me more.
You tickle my senses.
Yes,
yeah,
tell me more.
Well, I think in a way, I think for me at least God of War, the first one, 2018, presented with that kind of magical kind of world, right, stuff, and you can feel that Kratos are doing a lot of those magic move and stuff. I was expecting a bit more on Ragnarok for him to because this time Atreus is a grown up, and then you would be expecting a lot more spells coming from his move, and stuff, which didn't happen. Well, I don't know. I was expecting too much, I guess. But when I saw the trailer for the Hogwarts, right, I feel that they're trying to deliver in terms of magic creativity from the game, and it made me feel like I'm gonna get this game. Of course, I don't follow Harry Potter. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan. But I've seen all the movies and stuff. In fact, I read 2 of the books back then. But yeah, it didn't really manage to get me. But it feels that those magic kind of theme is getting a bit rare nowadays. I don't see a lot of games using those, right? So I when I
Forspoken
see
is.
yeah, that's why.
Forspoken.
Forspoken is quite close.
That's one of the reasons I thought Forspoken was very interesting because you can see the magic move coming in, right?
Mhm.
So it feels that it really maybe gonna be my taste to see the Hogwarts games to play all those magic. Hopefully they'll share. But based on what Zerg was sharing, is that a lot of gonna be like monetization kind of. I think marketing for them to release those magic, right? I don't know, but I'm really interested to get the game.
Interesting. Adri, what about you? Do you have anything to add on?
I'm actually really tempted to get it, only because my cousins and my sister is huge fan of Harry Potter, and this game looks actually really good on PS5 with the haptic
Yep.
feedback on the controller and whatnot. The color changes depending on what house you
Yes.
choose. I was like,
Yes.
oh yeah, this is cool. This is really cool. And the graphic it just reminds me of the PS2 Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone open world ish game. If you guys remember that game was pretty good. It had Metal Gear level stealth.
Correct.
Somehow it was
So good.
in one of the
I played the
it was very
PS1
good.
one, the infamous PS1 one. That
Ah,
was
yes, the
awesome.
PS
That was awesome.
I even played the RPG Game Boy one, the turn-based RPG Game Boy.
That was a rare one. That was a
That
rare.
was a rare. I was
I
like, this
love-
feels like Final Fantasy somehow.
I love when companies do things differently. Last time.
Yeah, like each version of it, they had a different gameplay. I miss those days, lah. But now, with Hogwarts Legacy coming out and most of the cool stuff are behind paywalls, like Zerg said, the dark arts and the hat is behind 65 ringgit extra from the standard edition for PS5. The PS4 version is cheaper, it's 254.
So it's
But
cheaper to be evil on PS4.
Yeah. No. The PS4 version doesn't even have a deluxe edition. It's just the
damn
standard
it.
one.
I
So,
don't think you have.
so they really cut off the PS5 version entire, the PS4 deluxe edition entirely, and go for PS5. You even get 72 hours early access for PS5. So like what, 3 days early? 3 days early for that. So yeah, a bit tempted to get digital, but at the same time, like at that time probably I'll still be playing Midnight Suns. I'm like trying to try to this year, like I said, Harry, I told you in the previous podcast, I wanna probably not get a lot of games and play a lot of games on Game Pass or on sale or finish my backlog. So I'm trying to hold on to this until I get like FS16, FS7 Rebirth.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Those two big games.
It's
Which me and
understandable.
Reese had a conversation about
Yeah.
SS7 Rebirth timeline and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're right. You're right. I think one of the main attraction for this Hogwarts, right? Because the magic. Because I think the next we're gonna get is Final Fantasy 16, which is gonna be somewhere in June, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's in June.
I think that the theme this time for FF16 is very magical. I can feel that from the trailer and stuff. It feels like, I mean, you can see Game of Thrones kind of take on the
Where
Yes.
go? FF16 is kaiju battle.
It's
Kaiju battle
Game of-
Godzilla versus.
It's Game of Thrones featuring Godzilla.
Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
Adri the game, what the Godzilla Rancher, whatever it is called.
Oh, the
Kaiju
Monster
Rancher.
Rancher.
Monster
Yeah.
Rancher.
Oh my god. Please.
That was funny.
But yeah, I'm really looking for this Hogwarts Legacy to see. I love those magic kind of stuff. So yeah, I want to see those kind of themes.
Okay, so I'll finish it off. I'm actually very skeptical about the game at first. But I think as time goes on, it feels that the game is a bit more legit lah. Because I did say that last time, I'm skeptical because of the developer. The developer of the game was the people that did mostly movie adaptation games from Disney, like Cars, stuff like that. So suddenly they do something so ambitious, you will be a bit skeptical lah. But as time goes on, it seems that the games, what they show seems more legit lah. So I am inclined to believe that the game is real, that there is releasing in few months' time.
It's real.
It's real. But then
It's real, guys.
But then after a while, right? I just now I heard what Zerg said, right, about the paywall and stuff, right? Assuming it's real, right? I feel like I suddenly have a description for the game. I think I mentioned it just now. It's kind of, the game is gonna look kind of like a theme park. It's kind of look like the whole thing, the whole concept of the game is kind of like a theme park. You pay what, 300 plus for a entrance ticket to the theme park, but then you need to realize, right, you didn't buy the 1 day pass. You only bought the entrance fee to the theme park. You know, you get to enjoy the facility, like the vending machines, the water fountain, the toilet. But then you don't have access to the cool stuff, like the really cool
You don't
stuff.
have the express pass.
Because the one that you guys say about the dark magic, is it really true that you have to pay another extra for that? Because in a way it kind of makes sense, maybe, because we don't want people to pay and then immediately have access. We don't want people immediately have access to killing curses. Start killing people with the killing curse. So
That's true.
imagine you learn about the killing curse.
Your first year student is start killing everyone.
Because I'm saying that because a few days ago I actually saw maybe someone got the game early. I'm not sure, or maybe that was a part of the gameplay trailer, whatever it is. But this guy who is actually playing the game, he's in arena with a bunch of enemies, and he just killing curse everybody. like it's like nobody's business. You know, so I need to find back the video lah. But
Sorry,
yeah.
just I think just want to check. So basically when we're talking about this level of monetization they're gonna do, right? So it's not gonna be a story-driven game, right?
It's gonna be a story-driven game. It's gonna be a story-driven
Yeah.
game. It is gonna
Okay.
be. It's just that it's more mainly just the killing curse part. I find it very funny. Yeah, like the game will allow you to be who you want to be. So obviously, as being human, we're gonna be evil. So I just feel like that, like you said, like there'll be a lot of things being paywall. Lor. Like maybe in the future they come up with Quidditch. I think there's no Quidditch, right? Maybe they come out the Quidditch is gonna be a paid expansion or something like that. So it's for me. It feel like it's kind of like a theme park lah. You know, the theme park is gonna expand. With the expand, then you have to pay extra to get that one lah. But I don't know. I'm still a bit skeptical. I feel like this dev team, right, seems to be very good at suddenly like expand quite a bit because of this game. I just have a feeling that something's not right lah. Maybe at the end. Just me lah. That's why I give her a description. It's a theme park. That's why I'm not sure whether it's a good thing. But I will see the initial review first. If they also say it's good, okay, fine. I'll get it lah. I might get this game day one because I can't resist. Can't resist. But I'm seriously, is the game 300 plus?
On PS it's 300, but if you go to Steam, it's gonna be 200 plus. There's only 40 ring increment for the deluxe version.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're thinking getting it in your Switch, it's gonna be a bit delayed, right?
Yeah, it's in June.
Yeah.
No, I might. It depends. I might get the game on PC first.
Yeah, PC, PS5, Xbox, and S and X gonna be the one who get it first on the 10th of February.
I don't mind buying on the Switch because the game is single player, if I'm not wrong. It's just too bad that the game is not really like MMO or stuff. You know, it feels kind of like an MMO kind of
Downloadable content.
No, it's like it feels kind of like a co-op multiplayer kind of game. You know, but doing a single player is kind of weird because
Maybe
the trailer,
it's a bit-
right? The trailer kind of makes it give the wrong impression that there's like two wizards fighting side by side, stuff like that. But you single player, so is that like a scripted thing or how? Because he's kind of.
That's why I was also asking whether it's a story-driven game.
It is a story-driven thing. So it's just that I feel like they make the whole trailer feels very lively. It's like every single student is a human player itself. But it's not. It's a single-player game, I think. So
I felt that Harry Potter has been overshadowing Hogwarts a lot because this is definitely not Harry Potter, right? So
no.
So it feels that they want to move away from that to that's why I thought it was gonna be more like a gameplay, like rather than a story driven.
True, because they want like Zerg said, it's at least a century perhaps. Centuries before the story, because the headmaster they just revealed a few days ago that is it Simon Pegg?
Yeah, Simon Pegg
is the one that voiced the headmaster, and the headmaster is actually in the movie, which is Sirius Black. Is it? Sirius Black's is ancestor or something like that lah. But basically that guy is a headmaster. That's why his portrait is in Dumbledore's office. You know, so so there's actually a relationship. They didn't just make this up. You know, it's there. So during that time, it's a very very clever way, I think, that they choose this era for the game now. So there's more stuff you can do because during that time maybe things can be more wild, more interesting thing can happen. So there's not much regulation when it comes to maybe the use of magic. There's not much regulation when it comes to the use of magical creatures. So so-called wild lah, but it's more fun lah in a way when things are not regulated. So yeah, I'm actually very excited to see how it is. I hope whatever happens is canon lah, because it's actually very funny to see a bunch of people just using the killing curse just because. Yeah, the trailer also showed like 3 guys just using killing curse to kill Owl already. That was a bit overkill. So anything else you want to add on?
Harry Potter really did the big deal to it. I think Fantastic Beasts tried to move away from it, but it's very difficult
It's
to
still
challenge Harry
Yeah.
Potter.
Yeah, that was too bad. I don't know about you guys. I actually like Fantastic Beasts, the movies. I feel there's more things can be said about the universe. Like the more adult theme of the franchise. That's just me lah. It's just too bad. I think it's already said that series won't continue. That sucks, man. That really
Hello,
sucks.
You was good. The first episode was good.
I actually watched the most recent one in cinema.
The third one. I haven't seen that third one yet.
I like it.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah.
Let's
it
not
was
forget
good.
the controversy that J.K. Rowling has been riling up over her views also. So making it a bit difficult to some people, even to old Potter fans, to even buy the game and support.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Support her.
Right, I've heard about that.
So yeah, that's maybe, I don't know if that affects sales or not, but probably it won't.
I'm not sure about Potter fans.
Unless she tweeted something new, and then people were like, "Oh no, let's not buy Hogwarts Legacy. She will get royalty money or something like that."
I think regardless, I don't think she'll get like a continuous income from that, but maybe she already got a one lump sum from the.
That's true. Maybe
regardless, she already got the money. I most likely. It's kind of like buying a license. You don't get to keep paying.
You can feel that the game is trying to move away from the Harry Potter kind of. I don't know. Whenever I've seen discussion about this game, that's what a lot of people are saying, that they're trying to move away from the how Harry Potter is delivering that kind of environment. So I don't know. I bet they're gonna give a lump sum kind of thing to him.
Yeah, I mean it's a matter of IP lah. It's a matter of IP licensing. That's all. But I don't think she's getting many more money out of that. All right, so I think that's all the time we have for today. As per usual, thank you so much to our 3 co-members, Adri, Reese, and Zerg, for their valuable talking points, which is pretty cool. And welcome back to Reese in the team. I think we'll try to do this more often on Fridays, so that everyone on the weekend can want to stream can stream, want to rest more can rest more, play games more plays games more. So as per usual, if you enjoy what we do, please support us. Watch this video, the usual likes, comments, shares, and if you like the audio, you don't like to see our faces. I mean, my face not really my face. Other people's face is fine. Listen to it. The audio version is available on the Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and also Spotify as well. So as per usual, we'll be back mostly next week. Should be no problem. Thank you so much.
Chinese New Year.
Yep. Oh yes, happy Chinese New Year for everyone.
Happy Chinese New Year.
Hopefully next week I'll be okay, or else I'm gonna keep coughing nonstop because of all the Chinese New Year stacks. So I'm gonna start eating it tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. It's gonna be
good luck, Harry.
It's gonna cough and a stuff fever. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
By the way, just want to suggest you guys to check it out. Last of Us, the series. Maybe we can just add that discussion next week or whatever.
I shall use my own way to watch it. I shall use my own unique way to watch it. I don't have to tell.
Yes. Okay.
Good
job, Harry. Good job.
I will watch it legally. Don't worry. Okay.
Yes. I hope you do.
Too late. Okay, cool. We'll talk about it next week, because I think the premise is pretty cool. So thank you so much, everybody, all 3 of you, and we'll see all of you next week for another episode of the TBD Big Gaming Podcast. Bye.
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 Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.